Oh, shit. This is Jive and Honey.
Famous for nothing, and I'd like to apologize for sitting on that side of you last week.
Really
I
weird.
promise I'll never do that again.
Yeah.
Please have no fear. It's not going to happen. We learned our lesson. Guests will sit over there from now on, not me.
Yeah.
Not me. That
I'll
was
get
weird.
to manhandle some guests.
Weird for everybody, but keeping the tradition alive. Everyone's going to have a dog on their lap at some point in an episode. So, what you got some complaints?
Well, now you're camera shy. All
Yeah,
right.
now you're camera shy. All right,
All
whatever.
right, Bruiser.
Yeah, you're quite demanding. You typically.
This is our post-Thanksgiving.
I know, right? This is like the
Episode.
leftover sandwich
Yeah.
of podcasts.
So it'll be a quickie, so we'll probably end up talking longer than we ever do.
Yeah, it'll be the longest episode ever.
We're just like, because we had, before Thanksgiving, we had 3 shoots in 1 week, which is
a lot. It's a lot when it's
a
all
lot.
different stuff. It's a lot.
And then we went right into Thanksgiving, and family just fucking knocks the shit out of you.
yeah. Even if you can manage to keep it down to a reasonable, whatever,
Yeah.
4 hours.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
Still
Oh, yeah.
so much.
But it's like, it's the 16 hours of prep.
Yeah.
All the fucking
Also,
cooking.
it's like $1,000.
I know. Everything is the most expensive.
I mean, I didn't make a turkey.
Yeah.
I didn't buy a turkey. I didn't do any of
Right.
that. But it was $1,000 worth of stuff that I had to get
Yeah.
in advance of Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
And then on Friday, my wife's like, let's do our Christmas shopping online. And I'm like, oh, Christ, more money.
Yeah. No, it's
Yeah.
insane. Yeah.
a
Well,
lot.
everything is like, but the older you get, the nicer the product you want. Like, we had to had fresh sage. We had to get curly parsley.
Is
Not
flat,
the flat
is
parsley.
flat parsley cheaper than curly parsley?
I don't know, but we couldn't find it. We had to go to like 6 grocery stores.
To get curly parsley?
No, we ended up with flat.
Oh, boy.
And apparently, Thanksgiving was going to be ruined because of it. I like, no one will know. No, like there's so
I
much.
do.
There's so much anxiety. Yeah.
Now I know.
It's like, is this flat parsley?
Nobody flipped the table over the parsley? No.
No one even brought it up. But it was like, at a certain moment of like the day-long preparation of stuff, it was very important. It was like a life and death situation over Thanksgiving.
I only had one minor little freak out, and it was right. Like my mother-in-law and her sister are traditionally early, always very early. So dinner was doors at 4, main act at 5:30.
All right.
They showed up at 3:15.
So
They're constantly worried about driving to the city and
Yeah.
parking
Oh.
and doing,
I know
so
those
it's like,
people.
yeah. But it's like, it's Thanksgiving. Like, there's a million parking
Yeah.
spots available.
The city's empty.
It's not business hours.
Yeah.
And so then I'm like, oh my God, like I should have been cooking this paella. Like I should have started it already.
Right.
Like, and so then like people are starting to come in by the time I'm like, because now the pan's hot. Now I'm like, I prepped, I chopped everything. But it's just like I had a moment of,
Yeah. It's like, oh shit.
and then I see like my wife talking to 2 of my brothers, like making fun of me for being stressed. And I'm like, all right, fine. It was deep enough into it that I was like, it's all right. I'll let it go. I am being ridiculous. It'll be fine.
Yeah, there's always a ridiculous moment. Yeah. It's just like, and it just goes so fast. And all of a sudden,
Yeah.
all that work gone in an hour,
Yeah.
if that.
Yeah.
Like the actual eating of it.
Yeah. The eating of it's gross and fast.
Gross and fast.
It's
It
really,
really is.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm starting to think that I love going to dinner with people and socializing, but I'm starting to think we should all just eat alone in the dark. It's a gross thing. Eating's gross. Watching someone eat's gross. I mean, if you and I eat lunch together, we sit next to each other so we don't have to look at each other.
Yeah.
Like we just sit at a bar looking forward.
Yeah.
Because it's gross.
Yeah.
I don't want to see you eat.
Yeah. It's like I don't think I like see the opposite. Everyone in my wife's family comes late. So like,
Oh boy.
I don't even know what half the people don't want to do it so early. Half the people want it early. And it's like there's older people involved, so it's like let's just do it early, so people, because we go out the bumfuck country, horse country,
Right? Yeah, the travel on top of it all is like.
So it's like even like driving up during the day, we saw like 6 deer. So like
You don't want to be coming home at night.
Coming home at night in the country roads and die.
And it's always Thanksgiving.
Right.
You're always like, and then the car drove down the highway the wrong way, and it hit the van full of people who had just gotten sober and found Jesus. It's always a white van full of people who just turned their life around that get crashed into by some drunk asshole driving the wrong way on a highway.
What, just as things are looking good for them.
Yeah, just as things are coming around. That's always the case. You don't want to be like, things were just coming. Yeah. He had a podcast.
Well, I just I don't want the deer to ruin my car. And then you got a dead deer. And then
you'd have to bury it in your backyard.
Yeah, I have to drag it to my backyard and bury it with a squirrel. The fucking fox is like, yeah, this is awesome.
Just a giant square you're trying to dig out.
Oh my god. Holy shit.
Fuck, that's terrible.
Yeah. No. The best thing, I'm glad it's over. Everyone kept saying, "Oh, Joseph, you're so quiet. You're so quiet today. What's wrong?" I'm like,
I'm antisocial. I'm sober. I don't want to go home.
I'm sober. Yeah. You want me talking? Give me a drink. God damn it. Yeah, we have a dry Thanksgiving.
So I'm sensing, since we both very wisely scheduled therapy for the Monday after Thanksgiving weekend, I'm sensing you didn't quite get enough time.
I didn't do it. I had it before.
You had it before Thanksgiving?
Thanksgiving.
I thought you had it this morning.
I know, because you texted me this morning saying, I'm like, what are we going to talk about today? He's like, I've got gripes. I was like, I think you mean funny anecdotes, but gripes?
No,
sure.
No.
And now we're on air. You got nothing. No. So therapy just ruined our podcast. Jesus shit.
No, I am thinking, though, I might have to fire my therapist.
Why? Was she inappropriate?
Yes, wildly. She was, last session I had, she was texting me, and she's like, I'm running a few minutes late. No problem. That's fine. Not even 10 minutes. Not even 10 minutes late. I wish. This is so much worse. She goes, I'm sorry. My son was late for school. We didn't have food in the house. I had to drive him, and we had to stop. And I had him run into the convenience store to buy have a sandwich made and get it. She goes, I couldn't go in though because I was in my pajamas. And I'm like,
oh,
you
done?
You went out in public in pajamas?
She's done.
And I was like, I mean, this is in minute 11 of my... And
right.
I was like...
That's all you're thinking about the whole time.
The entire time.
I
couldn't get past it.
It's like you couldn't fucking put pants on. You couldn't put anything on.
But it's also like, you weren't like, well, I was just wearing, sweats because I was in the house and I threw a coat on top.
If you have to.
That's accept. I was wearing... You know what's funny? Had she said... Well, I was only wearing, workout clothes. I'd be like, no, that's acceptable.
Yeah.
I understand you not getting out of the car.
And above and beyond, her thought process that, workout clothes might be a problem. No. Dude, I'm with you, man.
It's a deal breaker, right?
How can you take life advice from someone who is going to go outside in public in pajamas?
That's not enough self-respect.
Yeah.
I'm having my own issues. I can't deal with yours.
Yeah.
That's not good.
Yeah.
I think it's a problem. Today I wasn't super hung up on it, but I did, and we talked about this for a while. She had a basket of unfolded laundry behind her, and I couldn't let it go.
I could have. You're just telling me, and I can't let it go in this 10 seconds you just told me.
Yeah, it's a problem. I think it might be
it'd be great.
Unresolvable.
You should show up to my therapy session. We won't even bring it up. You just stay. It's like, and we can explain to her that your therapist went out in public in pajamas and had unfolded clothes behind her.
First of all, I'm imagining it like Step Brothers, where I appear from. Hello, pretty lady.
Yeah, like you're behind me the whole day, and she's like, I can see you. I can fucking see you
back there. Yeah, it's
I wonder if therapists would let us do a couple therapy.
holy shit, dude.
Like,
That's so
like
good.
you don't have to be married to be a couple,
It's true.
right?
Yeah. I mean, we know people that have like their significant other, they're dating and they've been forced to go to.
Forced.
Well, it never worked out. So yeah, somebody was being forced. Had it worked out, there probably is somebody we know who was dating someone and they went to couples therapy and it worked and they continued on. But they don't talk about it.
But isn't that the sign? Like if you're going to couples therapy, like it's just like, I guess you can make it better, a little bit better, but like I'm finding with therapy, the toughest thing is like letting all your grievances out. It just makes you think about them more. Like it's supposed to be therapeutic to let it out. Oh. But then I'm just like, man, I felt better when I just stuffed it down into that deep, dark place in my belly.
No, this is the point, dude. Actually, it's not about just saying it. It's about confronting it and dealing with it because you've spent a lifetime stuffing your emotions down. The bottle is full. It's gonna fucking pop, dude.
I guess.
That's the point.
Yeah, but I don't know.
It feels terrible. I liked it better when I just wasn't. It's why I didn't go to the doctor for so long. I was like, they're just gonna find something wrong with me.
Something wrong with me.
Yeah, why would I deal with that? Like I'm doing okay.
Shit.
Not realizing you could actually feel better.
Yeah.
I'm at the point now where it's like I've dealt with some shit and like, I'm doing okay-ish. So it's more kind of dealing with whatever's coming up recently. And because
it's current
event stuff.
Yeah.
And so,
yeah.
But like I was light on topics today. I had to prep for this and for that. So it's like,
well, you probably all the good stuff with your therapist.
It wasn't that good.
No, I would have shut down after she said pajamas.
It was That was last time or so.
Oh, okay,
so that was
okay.
The laundry was today, but the laundry it was definitely like she read into it.
Yeah.
She had follow-up questions about my laundry complaint.
Yeah.
Because I was like, it's really bothering me that I like I need to deal with that to continue on, or you need to deal with it. And I don't think I'm coming over to deal with it. Yeah.
Do you? I find myself
Judging.
No, I find myself like it's not a good therapy session until I make her laugh. Like I want to do something so crazy or present it so in a certain way that I get a good laugh from her. Then I kind of feel like, okay, this is a good session.
It's very important.
It really is.
I don't know what that.
I don't think that's healthy.
Have
I
you
don't
said
think you're
that?
supposed to.
Have you told her that?
No.
If you don't have any topics one week, that's a good one. If you have no new material,
yeah. It's like I don't know if this is working because all I want to do is try to make you laugh.
right? It is like a comedian workshopppping new material
it
because
really
you're like, I guess I'm going back to the single mom well. You're like, I got nothing on current events.
God damn.
Yeah, but you have to prep. I'm like, I sit there in the morning. I'm like,
yeah.
what the fuck am I going to talk about? But like, you making stuff up? Did you make something up yet?
No, I haven't made anything up. But like, she'll bring up shit that I talked about. I'm like, oh yeah, because I only go every 2 weeks, so it's like I've forgotten all the fucked up shit from the week before. So she'll bring it up. I'm like, oh yeah, I had to deal with that.
Yeah, I've been trying to put a little more space in between because I'm like, again, it's like
Need material.
yeah, well, it's like, oh yeah, I'm fucking stressed out about work or like, whatever.
This one. To our, we have a half-ass topic, and hopefully we'll take half the time to talk about it.
Right.
Even though I have the same page of notes, but I promise I won't use them. This is a good therapy topic because it kind of messed me up. And you brought this up. I think we were on a shoot on one of our shoots a week and a half ago. You brought up the fact that you read that the Jetsons, that daughter Judy of the Jetsons at the time of the show was 15 years old. And I don't know, it's like they drew her like she was 18.
You thought she was 18.
I did. So like, yeah, it kind of messed me up. But then you said that
Jane was only 33, I think.
But Jane, would have been 18 years old when she had Judy.
But the bigger problem
No,
is that George was 40 something.
No, you sent me the article that did
Yeah.
the math. It was okay. Well, George would have been 25
when they
had
Judy.
She was 18. He was 25.
But there is a chance that Jane was 17 and he was 24 when they consummated. Right? Like, do you think?
Yeah,
do you think she
like
got pregnant the first time?
Future, you would have dealt with this shit.
Yeah,
you know?
it's like an Elvis and Priscilla
Yeah.
thing. He's like getting her hand from the.
But we also do it like it was originally made in the 60s, like late 60s,
yeah,
early
yeah,
70s.
yeah. Mores were a little different, I guess. It's,
But one, I didn't believe you, and I was like, "You're making this fucking shit."
really didn't.
So you had to send me the New York Times article.
I think it was something a little lighter than New York Times. But that was the.
But the dude like did his homework and like found episodes and like did like a math thing of like.
Yeah, you like beautiful minded the whole thing. But
Jetsons.
yeah, you like didn't believe me, and it really bothered me.
Well, I didn't want it to be true. It's just like, it's like
You had a lot of things
But,
you
like-
didn't want to be true about Judy.
But I was 15, 16, when I like would watch the Jetsons and be like, wow, I feel funny when I see daughter Judy.
Joey's pants are tight.
Yeah, my pants are tight. But I was probably younger than her. So
Yeah.
it's like, having your sister's hot friend over.
Exactly. Exactly.
But it made me thinking about cartoons and all that shit. I always love the thing because it same exact like premise. It makes you think. And in Wayne's World, when Garth asks Wayne, it's like, do you find Bugs Bunny attractive when she dresses up like a girl bunny? And like Wayne is like, no. He's like, well, me neither. But I did.
Of course you did.
She was hot.
Yeah.
Well, Bugs Bunny was hot.
We didn't
as
grow
a-
up with Jessica Rabbit. Right. It's like we had to pick our battles.
Yeah, but it's just like same thing. Joey's pants are tight. Bugs Bunny as a girl. It was like, but then one of my favorite things. I don't know why. It's like,
I don't know what you're talking about, by the way.
yeah, fuck you.
I just went and found Judy Jetson. I don't know. Ooh, weirdo.
Yeah. Well, this is gonna make me. I one of my favorite Bugs Bunny scenes, and Bugs Bunny is the best. If
When he's a manicurist?
yes,
Of course.
but it
best.
goes on because I actually looked it up because I wanted, and it's just like that monsters make such interesting people, and it's just like, and
Well, that was the line, wasn't it?
yeah. Oh, it's like
So-
monsters make such interesting people. And
That's the only reason anybody listens to this. Monsters make
we're interesting. But I love it. But he puts on this whole affect, and he plays like a woman. He's like, "Oh, I'm talking to my girlfriends, and I say monsters. I love monsters. They're the most interesting people." And the monster stops to get his nails done.
Yeah.
But then they're chasing around, and Scooby-Doo style. And he does it again, and saying his hair is all messed up, and he combs out his hair, and he's like bobby pins,
Right,
and he's
right.
like, but the whole time he's acting like a girl.
Yeah.
Like
yeah,
a- like
it's a
a-
good thing that wasn't drawn like 90s or later, because then it would have been Asian and it would have felt weird.
But this also leads to the violence of Bugs Bunny. The violence was sublime.
Right.
He goes, he tries to comb out the monster's hair. He says, we're going to have to do a permanent?
Permanent, yeah.
Permanent. He does it with explosives and
Yeah.
blows up the
was a-
monster's head.
There was a lot more dynamite in day-to-day life back then, wasn't there?
Wile E. Coyote
Yeah.
and the Roadrunner. Anvils, explosions. It's like, it's a coyote trying to kill a Roadrunner. Let the hijinks ensued. For kids.
It's true. It really is wild that's. But
Yeah.
also, you think about Bugs Bunny. It's like it was super violent to make people feel to have some escapism during the war.
During the war,
To give
more
them
gunfire.
like, oh, I need a break from all this doom and gloom and war. Let me turn on Bugs Bunny and watch him blow someone's head up with dynamite.
Yeah, no shit. But like Elmer Fudd and Daffy Duck, there's a lot of buckshot to the face.
Yeah.
Like his bill would swing around. He'd be a lot of
Gun in the
explosions.
rabbit hole, come back up,
Yeah.
shooting you in the ass. That's like a classic one. It's Wabbit season.
Yeah, it's crazy. So,
Yeah.
But like you have a daughter. Like I just remember Saturday morning cartoons. Like when I was a little kid, Saturday morning, like from 8 to 10 or 8 to 11 or 8 to whatever, I was in front of the TV watching Saturday morning cartoons.
Oh, yeah,
It was
yeah.
Super
For sure.
Friends, Spuddy Friends.
The Hanna-Barbera, the Laugh Olympics, all that shit. Like
Hanna-Barbera was weird.
Hanna-Barbera was weird, but that was like their kind of golden age, I think.
Yeah,
that was,
Yeah.
that was their peak because they had like so many characters.
I know. Yeah, it's like Droopy Dog. No, Droopy.
Yeah, probably. But like Boris and Natasha, they were Hanna-Barbera.
Yeah, Hanna-Barbera.
You know, they kind of
Yogi Bear.
Yeah.
Yeah. Snidely and Whiplash.
Yeah.
It's so weird.
The shark with the hat,
But like
with the fedora.
it was so weird. I just
Wasn't that character from Oz based on him?
the little hat? Omar? No.
No, that was
That was someone else. That was a white. Were you into Tom and Jerry?
Yeah.
Huh.
I
watched a lot of Tom and Jerry, but I didn't love it.
I watched a lot of Tom and Jerry. I don't know that I loved it. I never was like I want a Tom and Jerry stuffed animal or any shit like that. But I did. I think because it was so available.
Yeah, it was on all the
on one of
time.
the three stations that we had. It was available all the time. Somebody was just making this argument that Tom and Jerry were actually friends, and they had to put on that they were enemies because it was the only way that to maintain the need to have Tom in the house. There was no other reason to have a cat in the house except they chase the mouse. So that's why so they just pretended all the time.
Huh.
Yeah. It might have been a little more nuanced than that.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah.
Wasn't as well thought out as the statutory of Jane Jetson.
Yeah, but and then the classic Jetsons and Flintstones. Flintstones
right.
was basically
they were the mirror.
The moon.
Yeah.
Bang Zoom Alice. What was
Yeah,
it?
the honeymooners.
Honeymooners. That was Moonlighters.
Yeah,
That was later on.
But then they were kind of like a mirror of each other, like past and future.
And they were kind of like the basic sitcom.
Yeah, totally sitcom trope.
Which is the predecessor of The Simpsons.
Yeah.
Family Guy.
Yeah.
Bob's Burger.
Yeah, they're all the family dynamic is
dynamic. It just but it's like they are some of the most prolific television shows of the last how many years?
I mean, 35 for The Simpsons at least,
Simpsons,
if not longer.
South Park, Family Guy, Bob's Burger, even.
I mean, Family Guy, I think it started in 2000, so it's coming up on 25 years, right?
Yeah.
I mean, they were canceled twice along the way in the beginning, but
it's funny. It's like Simpsons is hilarious, South Park hilarious, Family Guy hilarious. I just stopped watching them.
Same. I mean, I think my wife and I used to, 10 years ago, I think we were like at night, like maybe because it was on or whatever, it was Family Guy was like one of the things we watched to like decompress before we went to sleep at night. It was like whatever.
And it's so good.
It's great.
It's great.
Still great. The writing's still great. But it's sort of like you've reached sort of maximum capacity on it. And I mean, The Simpsons is having apparently this amazing season where it's like these episodes are hilarious. They're so well written, so well thought out.
Yeah.
I'm not watching it. And I love The Simpsons. I really, honestly have loved The Simpsons for a long time, but it's like I'm not watching any new episodes.
No.
It's just...
No. That's weird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, I don't have like television. We have just like subscription services, and I could put The Simpsons on there, but I don't.
Nah.
So it's not just on TV.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. The other thing too, I was just looking at all the different cartoons that all have become movies. Transformers, Inspector Gadget.
Inspector Gadget. They made a movie.
Yeah,
Matthew
Broderick.
Right. That was early.
They made two of them.
Oof.
G.I. Joe.
Right.
Even Gem and the Holograms.
Dude,
the movie is actually pretty trippy.
Didn't see the movie. Huge fan of the cartoon.
Of the cartoon?
I think. I don't know. I don't remember really. But probably because I was 12 or 11. And I was like,
what's
this now?
Yeah. Rock and roll chicks?
Yeah. I was like, all right. There's good ones and bad ones?
Yeah.
Go on.
Awesome.
That's...
Smurfs made a
Right.
movie. Sonic the Hedgehog,
Right.
new movie. Teenage Mutant.
Well, that was a game, wasn't it? That was
a game, but
yeah.
it was a cartoon. It was a game
okay.
turned into a cartoon that turned into a live action movie. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, which is brilliant. It's like I remember the day I was in college. I was in art school, and like the really nerdy kid that liked to talk to me because I was a little bit nerdy. He's like Kevin Eastman,
the original comics.
Original
Yeah,
comic.
yeah.
He's like, this is going to be out. Like he had the original one, and he was like going on and on and on about it, and I totally blew him off. And like 5 years later, they're the
Well, I mean, it was, it was an underground comic.
underground.
It was an underground comic, and I remember this one kid, my senior year of high school, who like got a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle tattoo because it was like underground.
Yeah.
And then
it's like punk rock.
and then it became like Vanilla Ice live action thing, and I was like, I can only imagine how mad he is right now.
Yeah. Oh, I know.
Right? He's like,
Well, he can be.
stupid.
He'd still wear a badge. Just like I was there first,
Right, yeah.
before. Because I'm sure it was like the crudely drawn, Eastman one.
right.
But even like that, like the live action ones have been rebooted 3 times over.
I know.
And the cartoon has been rebooted 3 times over.
Yeah.
It's crazy, and it's still the same characters.
And nobody can come up with anything better and new.
No, but it was good.
It was good. It was good. I mean,
was good.
they eat pizza, they live in a sewer
Yeah, it was
with a
all
rat.
good. Yeah, but out of all
Who's
these,
an adult, which is weird. I don't know. That's a little strange.
but all these like iconic Saturday morning cartoons became movies, except for one. Thundercats.
Yeah, that's wild. That's never.
But that's one I would want, man.
Yeah, I would like.
Chitara?
Yeah.
Who would play?
You're real concerned.
Yeah.
Well, like it's either going to be Vin Diesel or the guy that David
playing,
Bautista, right? Like whatever, the guy from Guardians of the Galaxy that was in wrestling.
yeah.
Or The Rock. One of them's playing a
Yeah.
Thundercat for sure.
Yeah, the big one. The
Yeah,
blue one.
the blue one. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
But Chitara.
Chitara. Who's playing
Oof.
Chitara?
Someone better be good. I don't
Zoe
want,
Saldana doesn't get to play Chitara too, does she?
She could.
She could.
She could do anything. But then there was like the Bobo ones that I love.
like the GoBots to the Transformers?
Voltron.
I got no problem with Voltron.
I know, but it was like all the ones that they had a form Voltron, right?
Yeah.
But
They were like robotic
but
tigers or
it's
something?
not Transformers.
Certainly not.
The other one, Thundar the Barbarian. That was the Hanna Barbera.
Thundar the Barbarian?
Thundar the Barbarian was fucking awesome.
I don't remember Thundar.
That might have been before your time.
Thundar.
Yeah. And I actually saw a thing. Jack Kirby did some of the art. It was like
Really?
Yeah, it was amazing.
Oh, we got to go to the
Nerding out.
We got to go to the Frazetta Museum.
I want to go to the Frazetta Museum. We gotta have a date.
Thundar with 2 R's, huh?
Yeah.
Wow.
Thundar the Barbarian.
Wow, he is. That is. He doesn't know whether he wants to be.
Yeah, he's between He-Man and Conan the Barbarian.
I do remember this guy because I remember that chick.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
What's with the friend?
Like he was like the Chewbacca.
Ah.
He didn't talk.
He didn't talk. He just made noise.
He just made noise.
He does. Yeah, he looks like he doesn't talk. Yeah, they should make this live action. I'd love to see Thundar.
Yeah. No
What
shit.
happened to like these Roger Corman like low budget things? I mean, get yourself a Thundar.
Yeah. No
You
shit.
know, I'd like to see that where it's like everything's just like weirdly lit and live action and
Yeah.
I'd be fine with that.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah, we should do
But
this.
then I would say like growing up, it's like the adult animation things. One,
Like
and they were
Felix the
done by
Cat
the
stuff?
No, like Fire and Ice. Think of Frazetta.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And that, what was his name? Bansky, or the guy that did he did a weird Lord of the Rings. Bansky? The animator.
Yeah.
He did Fire and Ice with Frank Frazetta. And it was
Yeah,
like,
he did part of Heavy Metal too, didn't he?
Heavy
Yeah,
Metal
yeah.
was the other one. You know, it was like Sweet.
Yeah, heavy metal was a crazy. I remember seeing
as a kid.
somebody got that at a sleepover, and we were on VHS. And
Oh
we were
animated boobs.
but it
Oh
was,
my god.
I was not ready for that.
And they're like little it was
all shorts,
tied in with like the one thing.
That was weird.
It was crazy.
That was real weird. Yeah.
Yeah.
I liked it though.
I liked it too. And right in the line, and like my highly recommended
Oh boy.
for the day is an adult animated show, current, and I loved it. And it again, a lot of sex, a lot of violence, great story. Might have been an episode or two too long.
It always is.
Always is Blue-Eyed Samurai.
Blue-eyed samurai, huh?
It is good. I'm this close. I make recommendations to my father-in-law, like in like guy movies. Like
Yeah. He's much more macho. Than
His
90%
hero
of
is,
the people we know.
John
Yeah.
Wayne.
Yeah.
You know, he rode his motorcycle to cross country to Alaska. You know, that's the type of shit he does.
Yeah.
But I'm like, so one, I think he might think, you know,
You're a little light.
Yeah, a little light.
your hands are a little soft.
I don't watch cartoons, kid.
Hey, are we? Question. Sidebar. Are we still allowed to say art? Even because
No.
like we were.
Nope.
No. Okay.
Nope.
Jeez.
No.
God, take everything.
Yeah. You're gonna have to bleep that out.
I
Make
got no
more
problem.
work for
No, but
yourself.
that was actually that was.
No. But it's like it's. I guess it's like a nerd. Like you would.
Yeah. It's a very specific
I know what you mean, but
person,
no,
like
you
type
can't.
of person.
Yeah. I guess I should like how I should have said is like he would question my manlyhood by bringing up a cartoon.
Right. That's why I said. That's yeah.
Yeah.
He'd be like,
Yeah.
"What are you 9? You
Yeah.
watching cartoons?
Watching cartoons.
Like,
But then the other thing too, there's a lot of sex in it. Like good sex.
oh, good. Oh, okay.
So, which I always have a hard time recommending because I'm, married to his daughter.
Right. Well, you don't tell him it's good sex. Don't mention that part. Don't be like this. It's got some sex in it. It's really good.
It's really good.
He's like, it's a cartoon, right? Then you're telling me the sex in it's really good, and you fuck my daughter. Cool.
I should take the temperature of the conversation by asking him if he found Bugs Bunny attractive.
That's
when
a good
he was dressed
opener.
up as a girl bunny.
Open with that. Who do you think would play Chitara?
Yeah. Oh my God! If I would ever ask my father-in-law that, oh my God!
I'd love to see
Yeah, I've already baked so much credit. I would just get knocked down. A bunch of pegs.
Yeah, he's kind of like, what do you mean you have firewood delivered?
Exactly.
Why wouldn't you go chop it down?
Yeah.
Your yard is
You
full
have
of
an
trees.
axe, don't you?
Yeah, he's like, we've never talked about how you sharpen your axes.
Yeah.
You're like, plural.
Exactly. What? But I grew up with that. Wild Bill lived in a log cabin in the mountains.
Right.
Oh, jeez.
It's that's a
That
good.
is it's
I'm gonna write this down for therapy. I got some. Maybe I'm not masculine enough.
yeah.
She'll turn it around on
But
me.
that's what I was thinking. Like with the kids today, you have a 10-year-old. It's what cartoons are? I know Peppa Pig was big.
Peppa Pig was
years
big,
ago.
and I always say the funniest thing is, Peppa Pig's British.
Yeah.
But we used to. My daughter, whenever she watched cartoons, she'd watch them in Spanish to help reinforce. Because my wife would speak to her in Spanish and I'd speak to her in English, but to like reinforce different people's.
So
She would watch Peppa in Spanish. So I forget where we were. I think we were at my mom's house one time, and they did. And
it wasn't in Spanish.
Wasn't in Spanish, and it blew her fucking mind to hear that Peppa was actually British.
What the fuck?
She was like,
everything's a lie.
what the hell is happening? She has weird taste in cartoons. Like she likes some cartoons that are like real little kiddish still, but then watches like the Babysitter's Club or something, which is like a live action, and it's like
Right.
sort of a little older than she. So it's a real high low thing she's got going on. But she really truly enjoys like Bluey, which is a really big popular cartoon right now, which is dogs.
Yeah.
And she made me watch one, and there was one joke in it that was so goddamn funny. I laughed so hard when it happened, and I was like talking about it the next day to her. I'm like, you do understand why that's so funny? And she was like, yeah, I do.
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah.
Comedy check.
It was, I'm like, all right, I get it. I'm like, you get a pass on Bluey now. But again, watched it in Spanish, and then there was some special she watched, and it was only in English, and they're Australian. So, yeah, it's some weird.
Oh, you're really fucking this kid up.
I am messing her up. She has no perception of what reality is. She's really into the 70s or 80s Spider-Woman cartoons, too.
Oh,
or Spider-Girl.
Shit. Yeah, they're making
Spider-Girl,
the 90s. They're making a comeback. X-Men are coming back.
Right, they did
and
that.
I saw that the Spider-Woman is making a comeback.
Yeah, but it's like, it's of
They're
that
campy, though.
super campy. She's a reporter, you know. She does.
Right.
It's so funny.
It's so simple. It's actually amusing.
Yeah,
It's like,
but it's like a lot of the tropes in it are pretty dated.
Yeah,
It's like they're always like, well, you're a dame. You can't do anything. So she's like, I guess I'll go change and save everyone's life. You know? They're like, oh, you should have been here.
Yeah.
Like a real woman was here.
You know, no one has cell phones.
Yeah.
You know, which causes all sorts of problems.
Real pokes a lot of holes.
It's like that whole episode could have been solved with a cell phone.
Yeah, but they're like, what happened? Your high heel break and you got left behind? You should have seen Spider-Girl was here. Yeah, and it's like,
I'm sure that's how like the Wonder Woman show is now with
yeah,
Linda Carter.
Yeah.
Like there's got to be tons of that shit.
yeah. They're like, what were you cooking?
Yeah. You couldn't get here?
Yeah. Well, she doesn't know how to drive, so she couldn't get here.
Hope your roast tastes better. You know?
Sure took you sweet time putting all that makeup on. Is that why you're late?
Oh, I have to say, this is like way off the mark. But just like women today portrayed in movie.
Oh boy, how'd you guys get canceled?
No.
Talking about cartoons.
No, it's not a cartoon, but over the break, we had our long weekend. I really made a point to watch a movie, like a current movie that I've been wanting to see. Aliens Romulus.
Oh, how was it?
Good.
Yeah. It's
I
a horror,
enjoyed it.
right?
It's hardcore. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's like the original.
Exactly. Which is a horror.
But
movie.
there's a lot of tiebacks. But it's a Latino director.
Yeah.
And Latino cast, and like I was watching I always love to watch the credits. A lot of Latinos worked in it. It's very cool, and again, the hero of the story is the whole story is based around one girl, and she's great.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I was actually just looking at what somebody did a timeline of like all the alien movies and when they actually occur and the order in which, and I'm like, do I need to like. When it's appropriate for my daughter to see this, like, do we need to like sit her down and watch? I think that's more important than watching like Star Wars or like all the Marvel movies in order. I think we give her better taste and a better idea of what life's really going to hold for her.
Yeah. Oh, that it takes some squirrely turns, man.
It does.
And
it does.
Like
she would have to be older. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
I saw the original Aliens way too soon. I was like 12, maybe.
Yeah, too young.
A little too young. But it made me wish I had seen it in the theater.
Oh,
like
really?
The production and I was just like taking in all the light. Like I hardly ever sit down and watch a 2-hour movie, and I was just like taking it all in.
Right.
And it was good. It was good.
Yeah. You
Well
know,
done.
I mean, I'm a big fan of going to the movies. I'm going to make this
I
concerted
miss it.
effort. My wife and I have just talked about it because she's going to be on sabbatical next semester. So we were like, let's try to once a month at least.
Yeah.
If not every 2 weeks, go to a movie. Go to a matinee.
I love going to the movies.
So it might be around here a little less, but still,
Yeah.
it's 2 hours.
Yeah. Who gives a shit.
Yeah, and I mean, I'm a big fan of having my 4K TV, being able to watch something and go grab myself a snack or take a pee or whatever, you know.
Yeah.
But
the magic, like it.
The magic of sitting in the dark, seeing something huge.
Yeah,
it really is something to it.
Concentration and like what you take in is so different.
It's so different.
Yeah.
Yeah. So go to the movies. That's my highly
Go to the
recommended.
movies. Nice.
Go to a movie theater.
Go to a fucking movie theater.
Yeah, because even if it's not good, you had an experience.
Yeah, and it's funny after our budget episode, I had to look it up. Made for $80 million, which is a tight budget for that type of movie.
Alien Romulus?
80 million.
80 million bucks. Wow.
International, like all income over 300 million.
Yeah.
So I think it's
They
the
made
most.
money, yeah.
I think it's like the second most successful in the
Really?
all of them. I think.
Does that count the what were the other prequels? Prometheus and all that?
The first one that Ridley Scott took over, I think it was Prometheus.
Prometheus, yeah.
That I think is the highest.
That's the highest.
Yeah,
okay,
because
All right. That was a big thing. Yeah.
Yeah, which I love. A lot of people are iffy about them.
I hated it.
I love
With
it.
the exception of that chick, the main chick.
No,
who I
it's
loved,
like,
and I loved her
parts
in
I
it.
really disliked, but over like the series, I kind of got what Ridley was trying to do. I liked it.
Yeah, I didn't give it any more time after that because I was heartbroken.
Yeah, no, and I can see why.
Yeah,
but anyways, yeah, this is a nice little after Thanksgiving.
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah, I didn't hate that. It's a real palate cleanser. Some leftovers for. You still eating leftovers, or are you done now?
We finished them yesterday.
Nice.
I think there might be a little cranberry and some sweet potatoes, but I don't do much of anything there.
Yeah, there's a little thing of mashed potatoes left, and I was like, I'll just throw it away when I get home. I'll just clean it up later.
Yeah, and the pie's all gone. It's all good. Yeah. That's probably why I'm so sleepy. Ate a lot of pie.
It's also 110 degrees in here right now. I don't know how you're doing with that thermal. I had a sweatshirt on. I'm like way too casual today, but it is so hot.
Yeah, it's so hot in here. Radiators.
All right, let's open the windows.
All right.
Later.